creative friends, it's Gwen with you back for another scrapbooking process video, and this one is episode 1 in my Maggie Holmes Monday series. So the lovely Sarah Scraps has declared to one and all that we will be using up our Maggie Holmes stash on a Monday, and I am so excited to be joining her because, as you may have seen in my last video, I have quite the stash. So I am, though, absolutely cheating today, 100% cheating by using a sweet story, which is actually the very latest collection that I have added to my stash fairly recently. And I'll be actually scrap lifting this layout by Jessica Ware. She created it for Kidaholics in Australia. She's on their design team. And I thought, what better way to get warmed up than to take a scrap lift and make it my own. So, and it's with it's actually with the same collection, Sweet Story, so perfect fit. Now that's the photo that I'm working with. That's me and Caitlin quite some time ago actually. And I have gone ahead and prepared my background here. I'm using the Fern Posy cut file, that one, and that I'm using instead of mixed media. So Jessica has got some mixed media on her page, but those of you who know me well will know that me and mixed media are not friends. We're not buddies. So yeah, I'm going to add that cut file instead. Oh yes, and I did find that large yellow sort of tag insert in my stash, and I thought the colours really match. And you know what? I've been holding on to that, thinking that I will use that as a bit of a tag pocket thing for some time now. It's from the Carousel collection, and I'm just at a place where I thought, if I haven't used it as a tag pockety thing by now, I really don't think I'm going to. So I would just much rather have it just form part of my layers and just get it onto a page. I think that's the one thing. I have actually already done a few pages since like before doing this voiceover, and I am coming to the conclusion that I just need to get the stuff on pages. I don't need to wait for the perfect spot or the perfect use. I'm just finding that if it fits, it's going on, and that is the way that I'm going to get through more of this product, and yeah, and get it on a page where it was really intended to be. Yeah, so in the end, you don't really know that it's a pocket. It really just ends up looking like part of my paper layers, and I am totally okay with that because it's one less thing in the box and I won't have to dig through it again. So yeah, so I am working in my usual sort of way where I've done my background first, and now I'm going to be working on the photo and then the layers in between the photo and the background. So we'll meet somewhere in the middle, and because I've got that lovely layout to follow along with that Jessica has made, it's really helping my decision process. So I have talked a lot about this before. I'm super indecisive. I am a slow creator. So yeah, it was actually really nice to just have someone like Jessica who had gone ahead and kind of made a page that I could lift and kind of still do in my own style and change things up a little bit. Yeah, but the hard work, those big decisions had already been made. So because I'm still on my no white background, I need all the colors background kick, I decided to go with that signature rainbow pattern paper. So normally I would absolutely stash that. I wouldn't want to use that for my very first page in the collection, using the collection. But because we're stash busting, I was like, nope, it's going down. I'm using it. And yeah, I really like that it's sort of one of those things that's a bit different. It helps the white cut file to stand out off of the background as well. So it's kind of almost like a bit of a negative on Jessica's layout there actually, because she's got the colored mixed media and then the white background, and I've got like the colored background with the white cut file. So yeah, so she's also used that title there, Happy. But for her page, she kept it came on a rectangular block like a die cut. I think it was a die cut actually. And for her layout, it absolutely works because she's got like that more like square block sort of style in her design. But because of the rainbow, it for me it didn't quite work as a rectangle. So I thought the best way around that would be to fussy cut it out, and then I'll add some foam behind it. And yeah, so that's a little bit same different, but I'm really happy with how that worked out. And I'm now actually looking at the butterflies on her layout. So she has three, which is that perfect, you know, rule of thirds, visual triangle thing happening. So I did actually just copy those exactly. So she had, yeah, the blue one up the top, and then the yellow one, and then I think that's, yeah, pinky down the bottom. So I did just position those for now. That does change slightly, but yeah, I was really looking at following along with her layout at this point with that. And I'm also having a play with lots of other die cuts from the collection. So including that ice cream cone, which she did have on her page, but it just wasn't quite right for what I had already started. But I did add in quite a few of the floral elements, and yeah, a couple of the cute little cameras, a birdie and stuff. And yeah, so you'll see those as we go along. I think for my page, I really was playing on that kind of fun, yeah, like all the little cute characters and the fun whimsical elements, because it really suited my photo. So yeah, it's funny, that particular photo is one of the younger memories that Caitlin has. Like it's actually remembers that day, and us taking those. There's actually a couple of those photos. She, which is really nice. You know, when you have kids, I often wonder, like, at what point, you know, do they have memories that will last them a lifetime? And this is one. So that's really nice. Yeah, it was really just a lot of fun actually pulling the bits and pieces to have this come together. Yeah, I'm just looking at everything. So because it's all so new, it's like I need chipboard hearts, I need chipboard florals, I need all the chipboard, I need all the die cuts, and I need to audition them all. Oh yes, and I wanted to show you, usually when I'm working with the chipboard that comes from American Crafts, so the big 12 by 12 sheets, what I do is pull all the chipboard pieces out and then peel off that sticky backing. And that's because my like wanting to audition all the things in all the places kind of way of creating. So yeah, I'll frequently, and I'm surprised I hadn't done this already, when I get a brand new collection and it comes into the studio, the first thing I do is pop out all of the chipboard pieces from that 12 by 12 chipboard sheet, and then one by one remove all the sticky layer on the back, which is super easy to do because it's, you know, chipboard's just compressed card stock really, isn't it? So yeah, so the back layer actually peels off quite easily, and then I just put all the pieces into like a Ziploc bag and use them almost as in the same way that you would use die cuts. And then when I've auditioned them in all the places and they've got home, I then just add my glue at the end. Now, while also I've been talking about chipboard, you'll see that there was that quite large die cut piece that said something about life is better with you beside me, or something like that. That I really wanted to use on this page because the sentiment really matched the photo, but it ended up being just too rectangular, kind of like I was saying back with that happy title. It was just too heavy and too blocky for this page. But it does end up, what I did do straight away actually was pulled out another photo that I knew it would go really well with, and I think that ends up being layout number 2 or 3. So yeah, you'll see that in the series really quite soon. So yeah, so it was good. It's been good to see things and have more of a plan to use them up as well. I really enjoyed digging through this stash already. Like, yeah, I'm so glad that I decided to join Sarah and do this, because yeah, it's already feeling so good. So yeah, I really encourage you to play along. And what I'll do too is leave a link to Sarah's channel below so you can see what she's been making. There's also, I'll leave all the details for the hashtag to use if you do share and play along. And then we can all see each other's creations and get inspired by each other. So yeah, all those details will be below for you. So back to the layout, I'm now working on my clusters and really looking at locking in the elements in those. So there is one medium-sized sort of one at the top there, then a small one top of the photo on the right, and then the main cluster is going to be bottom left-hand corner of the photo. And those three will kind of fill out will be my visual triangle for the page. So it's about now that I'm also having a think about trying to use up some more of my older supplies. So I did actually go through the box of random goodies and see if there were any bits and pieces that I could add in that would go with this newer collection. And because they're all Maggie Holmes, there were actually quite a few things that would work really well. And funnily enough, the colors are spot on. So I do end up using this round element with the and symbol on it. And that pink and the pink of the rainbow are exactly the same color. So I'm not sure what collection the puffy stickers are from, but I know I've had them for a while. So it's interesting that a collection, it's got to be, guessing maybe 2 years old. You know, a collection that's 2 years old has exactly the same tone and shade of pink as the latest collection. There was also a floral piece as well. I didn't end up using that, but it was exactly the same red, kind of pinky red tone at the top of the rainbow there. It was an exact match. So I'm feeling good now actually that I will be able to use up some of these older things with my newer collections and on some of these new pages. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Yeah, so I also feel like I haven't quite cheated as much as I had in the beginning because I didn't just use the newest collection. I did use the carousel, the element from the carousel collection, and I did use these puffy stickers. Yeah, I don't know the collection. I want to say Chasing Dreams, but it may not have been. I'm really just guessing. So things are getting serious because my Scotch quick dries out and I am starting to adhere down everything. I did find that those puffy stickers, it was funny, they were really quite adhered to the plastic sheet that they came on, but they were not very sticky once I had positioned them on the page. So as always though, I like to add liquid glue behind pretty much everything, just to make sure that it's going to stay where I want it to be in the long term. Yeah, I do worry about, you know, in kind of 10 years time, I'd hate to think that all these elements that I've struggled to position and taken so long to position, yeah, that they would be then, you know, not where I placed them because the glue had not held up. So yeah. So yep, as I finish up everything, I will, as always, lift up the page and show you all that lovely dimension. I'll share still close-ups as well so you can see all the details. Now, if you would like to see the rest of the series, be sure to subscribe. So the plan is to have a layout every other Monday in the short term. So we'll see how long and yeah, how I go and how much of this stash I can get used up. And if you have any requests, if there's a particular collection you'd like me to use and I have it, I would love to make a layout. Just let me know in the comments below. And a big thank you for being here, my creative friends. It does, it means the world. Yeah, I'm always blown away by the feedback that I receive about my creating, and it means so much. So I'll see you again all very soon. Bye.